My name is Vince Haynes with Thor Motor Coach, and this is going to be our Quantum Class C series. The Quantum is our flagship Class C. It was introduced in 2016 and has been one of the fastest growing Class C brands in the industry. It is offered on 3 different chassis, the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, which is right behind me, on 2 floor plans, the Ford E-Series, and then also on the Chevy with select floor plans. The Quantum is our step up above all of our other Class Cs and other Class Cs in the industry, just because it takes over 100 plus features and makes them all standard, which is a little bit different against the grain with the industry. We took all the big features that customers want, and then we packaged them all in and made them standard. That way, when you are going in to order your coach or pick your coach out, you're not sitting there for 2 hours looking at a big option sheet and selecting what you need, and then paying extra for that. So with the Quantum and the construction that we do to build the unit, before we even start building the actual box, we are going to send our chassis over to a company called Moride. Moride is the industry leader in the upfitting and the modifications of a chassis. The unique thing they do for us is we have a guaranteed truly flat floor. What that means is when they send us the chassis back and do all the upfitting and the framework, they can guarantee from the front corner to the back corner there's no more than 1/8 of an inch in variation in height. So that is very unique because we can guarantee that when we put the slide in and the extra weight on the side is going to still be a completely flat floor. So when the chassis comes back to us from Moride, we're going to build the sidewalls, the roof, and the floor. We are going to be vacuum bonding your sidewalls, we're going to be vacuum bonding your roof, and we're also going to be vacuum bonding your floor. So realistically, this is a Yeti cooler on wheels. It's going to keep your coach nice and cool in the summer and nice and warm in the winter. Now when we do that vacuum bonding, we are actually going to be using a birdcage construction. And what a birdcage construction is it's going to shed excess weight where we don't need it, but we're not going to actually sacrifice any support. So we're going to have the perfect amount of support, but also the perfect amount of insulation at the same time, allowing you to optimize the perfect amount of cargo carrying capacity and also keeping your coach nice and cool and warm. Now, when we do all that, we're going to be framing out every single cutout in aluminum. So all of your windows, your doors, any single cutout on the sidewall is all going to be framed out in aluminum, except for one thing, and that's going to be your electrical cutouts. And the reason for that is we don't want to send a current throughout the entire sidewall. The uniqueness with that is we're going to be building also your slide out wall with the rest of the sidewall. And there's 2 big features and benefits to this. One, it allows us to put a 5-inch aluminum header at the top of every slide out so you don't lose any structural integrity when that slide out is out. And then also, it's built on the same exact sheet of fiberglass. And why is that important is because fiberglass is going to pigment at a different rate every sheet that you get. So a fiberglass wall of one coach is going to pigment faster than the coach that it's sitting next to. If we were to build that slide out wall on a separate sheet of fiberglass and you paid for a gorgeous full body paint like this, 5 or 6 years from now, that slide out wall is going to be a different fade or different tint than the rest of the coach, and you're going to lose a lot of value in that money that you added in. So up here in the front, we have our fiberglass front cap with a large skylight with a power shade on it. Gives a nice little ambiance at night when you're out with the grandkids out in Colorado. No light pollution. They could look up at the stars as they're sleeping in the overhead bunk. And then transitioning up to the roof, you're going to have a TPO roof. That stands for thermopolyolefin. It is the same material they use for indoor football stadiums and out at the Denver airport. It is very tear resistant and you don't have to treat it like you do other roofs out in the industry. If you do want to wash it, all you need is warm water and Dawn dish soap. Other things we're going to have up on the roof is going to be your WineGuard 2.0 system. That's going to be a Wi-Fi hotspot. It could give off its own Wi-Fi, and then also it's going to be your TV antenna, so it's going to pick up all of your local channels for you. And then also, lastly, up on top of the roof, we're going to have a 100-watt solar panel that is going to have your solar controller right here inside the entry door, which we'll see a little bit later on. Moving back here, you're going to have your storage compartment doors. Now, what's awesome with this is we're going to be using a rotocast material inside every single storage bay here at Thor Motor Coach on all of our Quantum Class Cs. The unique thing about the rotocast is that it is never going to rust, mold, or mildew, and it is also going to have a 300-pound rating in each compartment. Best way to remember that I teach people is when I use my RV and I go camping, I actually take everything out of here, I throw ice in it, and I use it as a cooler. And you probably wonder how the heck I get water out of it. Well, in some of our compartments, we're going to put a drain back here in the back That way when the ice does melt, I just pop that open and all the water drains right out. Now, best ways to remember the benefits to this material, what I always tell people is it is the same exact material that they use to make kayaks with. So there is your rust, mold, and mildew. And then also it is the same exact material they use to build orange construction barrels. The reason I use that, I was on a trip with a friend one time and we did not get over fast enough when there was a lane closure, and hitting an orange construction barrel 70 miles an hour, the orange construction barrel does some pretty good damage. It's just a very durable material. They pick it up off the side of the road, set it back on. You never see them cracked or in half. They're always just big dents in them because they're very, very durable. And each individual storage compartment is going to have its LED light that you can turn on and turn off, and it's very accessible. Now moving back, we're going to go back here to your LP Quick Connect. Perfect to use when you're out at a tailgate for a football game and you want to grill burgers or grill hot dogs for all your people and all the fans that are around. You could easily just open this up, plug your grill in, and you're good to go. A lot of other Class Cs in the industry are going to be placing this down here at the bottom. The reason we put it up here is, one, it's secured. If you go over a speed bump or anything like that, or a tree trunk, you're not going to have it hit that and then you're leaking propane everywhere. So it's always going to be actually in the sidewall on all of our coaches. So we're going to offer 3 exterior options with the Quantum. Right here behind me, I'm going to have the Key Largo full body paint. I really like how this thing pops. We throw the royal blue in there. It adds a lot of contrast. And then the second one that we're going to offer is going to be a partial paint. That's going to be a combo of full body paint and an HD Max, which is our third option. That's going to be a fully poured fiberglass that's going to come with a graphics package. We are one of the only brands out there that are going to offer all 3 across the line, adding a lot of options for a customer, a lot of price points for a customer to have and to look at and to get them to come to your dealership. So moving under the hood on the Mercedes option for the Quantum, we're going to have a 3.0 liter V6 engine that's going to be a 7-speed transmission. The transmission is new to Mercedes. It's going to offer a lot better gas mileage when you're up in the higher gears, and also it's going to be a lot smoother of a shift. One other big change that I want to point out is the DEF tank fuel fill. Now, one awesome thing about this, where they moved it, is the DEF tank used to be placed back in here. And I can't tell you how many times I've filled in the DEF tank and I've spilt DEF fluid all around here, just because it's a lot further down. So they've moved it up forward so it's a lot easier to fill in and it's quicker to access. So coming into the Quantum Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, I wanted to really point out a lot of the features. So on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinters, we're actually going to have your captains and passengers chairs swivel. So this opens up the coach, offers more seating if you're having, people over or neighbors over at the campground, and offers a conversation place for people to play cards, watch TV on your 32-inch TV above the entry door, and then also just actually turn around and just kick your legs out and have more room. So going up to your overhead bunk, this is going to have an 800-pound rating on it. You could easily fit, a mid-sized adult or a full-size adult there. I went on a camping trip the other week and I actually slept in the overhead bunk. And it's perfectly spacey and comfy. And then also what's cool about it is we have that large skylight to look up, see the stars. Grandkids love it. They can look and planes flying over. It just adds a lot of ambiance to the actual coach. A second sleeping area, other than the main bedroom, we're actually going to have up here at the dinette. Now this is a perfect 4-person dinette to have breakfast, dinner, and I'm 6'4", and I fit in here perfectly, and I know another person would fit in here perfectly with me on each side. But once we're done and it's time to go to bed, this is going to be perfect for a sleeping area as well. So you're going to be able to push this down, move these cushions on top, and you're going to have another sleeping area. And when you wake up in the morning, your linens, perfect place to store them is the storage compartments we have underneath both sides of the dinette. The cabinetry we have above on the Quantum, above the dinette, this is going to be our new luxury collection. It's new for the 2021 model year on all Quantums. Now, this is going to be our coastline gray cabinetry. You're going to have 3 cabinet spaces above each dinette, and then also it's going to be coming with our charcoal diamond interior decor kit. This is a new feature on the Quantum. We're really excited to bring it out. It just gives a very timeless accent to the coach. 2 years from now, you're going to be walking back in this coach and it's still going to look like it was just built yesterday, because this hand-painted look that a lot of people are going in the residential industry. The lighter cabinets with the darker hardware, we recognize is a very big thing these days, and we want you to be able to leave your home, go on a camping trip, and have something that looks a lot like home here on the road. Moving over to the kitchen area on our Quantum Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, we are going to be having solid surface countertops all throughout the Mercedes-Benz Sprinters and our Quantum Class Cs. Now, this is solid surface, it's heavier, but the reason we do that is because, like I said before, this is a flagship Class C brand that we have here at Thor Motor Coach, and that gives a higher amenity and is a great selling feature because it's durable and it doesn't fade over time or look cheap. It makes your coach look nice and rich. To give you more space on such a short coach, we're actually going to have a pop-up extendable countertop. That's going to be a great place to have a cutting board, or have a pot that you have setting on waiting to go onto the stove top. Now moving above, we have more cabinet space up here. This is new on the 2021, where we put a glass insert, give a little bit more of an accent to it. But then also inside of here, connecting to your TV, we're going to be having your HDMI switch box. What the HDMI switch box is doing is you're going to be able to plug in a DVD player, your grandkid's Xbox. And when you're here in the room, you could switch it over to HDMI 1 with the DVD player up here. And then if the kids are in the back playing Xbox, they could switch it to HDMI 2 on that TV, and you're not going to be crossing paths with each other. And that's going to be standard on all Quantum floor plans. The cooking area on the Quantum Mercedes Sprinter and all other Quantums, we're going to be offering a Furrion stovetop, but also with a convection microwave below. Now, you do have an option on some of our floor plans to have a stovetop with an oven, and on top of that, you could option in a convection microwave as well. But the glass top is nice because it makes it seamless and flat with the rest of the countertop. So when you aren't actually cooking anything, once dinner is already cooked and you're serving it, you could set this above, put all your pots and pans up there, and people can come through buffet style or however you're serving, and it's easily accessible. One thing with the sink is with these inserts that are going to be covering it, say you have dinner, you and your husband or you and your family, and then someone comes over right after for game night. You don't have time to do the dishes. One big thing I really like about this is if you just need to rinse them off really quick, but don't want it to stink up the entire coach, you can easily set them down in there when they're rinsed off, dry them off later, and close this, and no one will ever know. It's easy to be used, and it's a nice deep stainless steel sink. Moving back to the bedroom area, we're going to section off the bedroom and the main living area, one with a nice shade, but also with some storage area. This is a perfect place to put all of your wardrobe, and then also you're going to be having more storage space underneath as well. So it's offering a lot of room to put your clothes and your shoes and anything that you may need. So moving over to our Quantum Class Cs on the Ford E-Series chassis, we have the GS27. The GS27 is the newest floor plan that we're coming out with on the Quantum line. It is also going to be offered on the Chevy chassis. Now with the Ford, it's going to be on the 7.3 liter V8 engine, which is new to Ford. And then on the Chevy chassis, it's going to be a 6.0 liter V8. One big thing with the GS27 is we're going to offer an exterior entertainment center. What's awesome about the exterior entertainment center is we're going to be having a sound bar on the inside with the TV. Other Class Cs in the industry are sometimes going to be having marine grade speakers on the outside, which are great speakers. When you have marine grade speakers on the outside at higher volumes, it can become kind of ear piercing. What's awesome with the soundbar that we put inside is it's going to offer some more bass when you're listening to music at a tailgate. Sometimes when you have a soundbar inside with the TV, it restricts you from having a swivel bracket behind it. However, what we've done is we've basically flipped that upside down so we are able to have this TV come out. It's going to be underneath your awesome power awning that's going to have an integrated LED light strip up with it as well. So you can sit out here, watch the game, listen to music, and have a great time out at a tailgate or out on a camping trip with your family. Now transitioning from the full body paint we saw earlier on the Quantum Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, which is also going to be offered on our Quantum Class Cs from 29 feet and 31 feet, we're going to have a partial paint option. What a partial paint option is we're going to have a fully poured fiberglass with some graphics packages on it. However, we're going to be painting the front cap and the rear end. So this darker area right here is all going to be a paint, but then these are going to be graphics. So it offers a higher end look, but also isn't going to break the bank when you go to a dealership to purchase your coach. Moving inside the Quantum GS27, we're going to have solid surface countertops all throughout, like all Quantum Class Cs, with a deep stainless steel sink. Now when you're washing your dishes with hot water, other traditional Class Cs are going to have a 6-gallon gas electric hot water heater. You're going to have to flush that out when you're done. It's going to take some time to get the hot water up here. On all Quantums, we're going to have standard a 3rd generation Girard tankless hot water heater. What that means is it's going to give you instant hot water, and if you want, it's going to give it to you for 17 minutes straight. Why it's 17 minutes is because that's what the governor is on it. If you're boondocking and want to take a 17-minute shower, if that's even possible, go for it, but I take about a 2 to 3 minute shower when I'm out camping. But it offers a lot of versatility where it's not going to take away from hot water if someone's taking a shower and you're washing dishes. That's a very unique thing with it. It's tried and true. We've been using it for years now here at Thor Motor Coach, and we have it throughout our company on many different lines. Now, something that you may see a little bit different on this coach compared to the one we were in before is the cabinetry. This is going to be our artisan cherry cabinetry. It's an upgraded hardwood cherry cabinetry, hand-stained Amish-made cabinets. So all throughout, you're going to feel hardwood, and it is very heavy. A lot of people think, well, that's going to start rattling and coming out of my walls. The cool thing, what we do when we vacuum bond those sidewalls, like I was talking about earlier, is we're going to lay an electro-galvanized steel strip wherever we're going to have a screwed-in fixture. So your grab handles coming inside the coach, grab handles outside the coach. Anything that's screwed into this wall is going to have a steel backing. So having everything screwed into an electro-galvanized steel strip is very unique because 3 or 4 years from now, you're not going to have that coach and it's going to be rattling cabinets. It's going to make it nice, tight, and quiet. Things are so tight that I always will come over. So I'm a 200-pound guy, not very proud of it, but with having that steel backing, I can come over here and I can dangle my legs like this. If you do that on any other traditional Class C out there in the industry, you're going to be falling on your face embarrassing yourself. But with that steel backing, it is tried and true, locked in, and it's not going to come loose and start rattling over time. And that's something that's very unique with the Quantum and Thor Motor Coach. So another addition to the cooktop here on our Quantums, you have the option to add in a oven. So underneath, we're going to have a cooktop, a 3-burner cooktop with an oven underneath, and then also you have the accent lighting. You can turn on the lights underneath, or you can just keep the accent lighting on the knobs as well. And then going up top, you're going to have your microwave. You can also option in a convection microwave if you would like, but having the oven there, it is very nice just to have a microwave if you want to heat something up later at night. My favorite part about this whole area is the fact that it has a lot of storage space. You have storage space up top. You have 3 drawers that are nice and deep below, and then also you have 2 cabinets with the glass coverings up above as well. Now, if that wasn't enough space for all your pots and pans and your dry goods, don't worry, we have more space over here. So underneath here, you're gonna have some storage up top, but also you're gonna have 2 retractable pantries that are really deep. You could put your canned goods, you could put your cereal, and a lot of other things. Now, if that's still not enough space for all of your week-long trip, we'll move to the back and I'll show you one other location that you can add more storage. Moving to the rear of the kitchen, going to the step up. Now we're going to sit up a little bit higher, but I'm a 6'2", 6'3" guy. We have 84-inch ceiling heights throughout all of our Quantums, which still gives me perfect amount of space to fit up here and not feel claustrophobic. Every coach is going to be this high up above the chassis rail at some point. Anyone who has a true flat floor, it may be nice, however, they're going to have this much gap if I'm this tall all throughout the coach. We think that if we're having a longer coach, we can section it off halfway. That way you have a lot more room up front. But adding on to the pantry space, we come back here and you have 3 more sections up top, but also you have 2 more retractable storage spaces for condiments. Like I said before, canned goods, anything and everything you may need. We have the perfect amount of place to store it. So you're never going to run out of room and need to find somewhere different to put stuff. That's a very unique thing about this floor plan. Moving back to the bedroom area, what's really unique with this floor plan is we're on a full wall slide. So we're actually going to have a fixed couch. So when this slide out is in, you're still able to sit down. If someone wants to take a nap, that's a question I get a lot at shows is, well, the slide's out in, where am I able to go and take a nap at that's comfortable? When this slide out is in, you're still able to access this entire couch. Now, say it's bedtime, or during the day you still want to watch TV, but you don't want to have that bed down where it's always in your way like on other traditional floor plans. You could easily sit here, watch TV, it's time for bed. You actually come over here, you take both of these cushions off, And there's multiple places to store them, but one place I really like to store them is underneath this couch here, because it basically is out of sight, out of mind, and you can set them under there. You could exchange linens for your bed underneath there, but getting this out is perfectly easy. You just pull this up, pull it back, and then you have your bed. Looking at it, people wonder what size it is. It is a queen bed. Me being a tall guy, I could easily fit in here and sleep 1 or 2 people, and I am perfectly comfortable and not claustrophobic. Once you're done and you wake up in the morning, you have people over, your neighbors over, and you're done with this. It's easy as putting this up. It locks into place with magnets, and then you could easily just access all of your cushions again. And the cool thing that we did with these cushions too is we have this outline on the back, so it actually hugs the bar, hides it, and you don't even know it's there. And then perfect, you're good to go. So moving to the storage space for all of your clothing, we have all of our storage back here and then also in front of the bed as well. But what's awesome with this is you have, sitting here, you have 5 drawers underneath, but also you're gonna have a nice deep closet area. Like I said before, family is pack rats. This is the perfect amount of space for all of our clothes to go in. And when I first saw this, I thought when I opened these doors it was gonna stop about half the depth that it is. When I saw it was a lot deeper, I got real excited because that means one other thing, that the bathroom is going to be very deep as well. And as we know, when you have a corner bath, it's kind of a hit or miss. But with this, I think we really knocked it out of the park. So moving into the bathroom, you're going to open your nice solid wood cherry door. And inside, you're going to have awesome things like a stainless steel sink. You're going to have a porcelain toilet. It's not going to be one of those flimsy plastic toilets. And then also, you're going to have a glass sliding shower door. That's a big selling feature in a Quantum Class C, because other traditional Class Cs out there, they're going to have a curtain that's going to be spraying water everywhere. But with that glass shower door, it gives a nice residential feel and a higher end feel, because all throughout the Quantum, which I've hoped you've learned throughout this walk around, is we're trying to keep the amenities as high as possible and make it as comfortable of a transition from when you leave your home into your RV. You feel just as comfortable out on the road like you are at home. So you're also going to have a stainless steel sink, as well as a medicine cabinet above, and then also storage area below as well. The unique thing with all of that is you have a lot of space to add all of your toiletries, extra toilet paper, and then also moving to the toilet, you're going to be having a porcelain toilet, not just a plastic toilet that feels like it's going to break on you. So moving into the shower, one thing that I always love to show people, being a tall guy, sometimes when you get in a coach, you're sitting right here where the ceiling is. But what we do is we put in this skylight here, and I'm tall. I always have to adapt to different showers. And so this is a perfect height where I don't feel claustrophobic. It's easy for me to take a shower, get in and get out. And like I said before, this is a perfect amount of space for, 5 to 10 minute shower easily. So another new thing that we're really excited about with this model year on the Quantum is our debut of the Quantum LC brand. The Quantum LC brand is going to offer a dealership to carry the Quantum line from every price point possible and every length possible. So we're going to have everything from a 22-foot Quantum all the way up to a 31-foot Quantum. So what we did is we took the 5 most popular options that people select when they pick out their Class Cs, and we made them standard on the Quantum LC25 and the Quantum LC22. And what this is going to do is it's going to offer a small, affordable floor plan for people that are coming onto your lot or your dealership and new time buyers. So with the Quantum LC, it's going to have a standard Quantum luxury collection interior like we had before, which with the coastline gray cabinetry and the charcoal diamond interior decor kit. With 5 options, the 5 most popular options that are on any Class C in the industry. And it's going to offer a Murphy bed slide out for the customer on the LC25, and then also on the LC22, it's going to be a corner bed, corner bath coach with no slides. So it's perfect for a customer who's new to the industry, wants a coach that they can pull into the Walmart parking lot, take a nap, and not have to put any slides out. Jacks are going to be offered on the LC25. The LC22 not having any slides, you don't have to worry about any leaning or anything with no slide outs going out and adding extra weight.